This show is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. You are your greatest asset. It's time you started investing in that. Visit betterhelp.com/double toasted and take care of you.
Okay.
Keep it together, brother.
So you'll forget.
She grabbed me one more time.
Yeah, she's still talking. I'm like, stop.
Bitch, I'm trying to help you.
Yeah.
Let me leave.
Yeah, you made yourself clear. You talked about my dead friend and everything, and you still breathing. So
Asked about my kids.
Brought my family
Brought
into
my family. Yeah. And I think that he was gonna be like, you know what? I wasn't gonna your daughter no more. I was gonna leave it here, but since you made it personal, we going on a mission. Just got back from Chicago, but we got more shows coming up. So you can catch us in Miami. And then the next day in Orlando, that's going to be January 20th and January 21st. And then you can see us in Dallas, Texas, February 18th. Go to x1entertainment.com to get your tickets. But if you go below, you can get tickets for these remaining shows over here. Man, we've been watching this Hawkeye every week, and we've talked about how much we like it.
Should we be worried?
No, it's nothing. I'll be home for Christmas. I promise.
You know what?
Don't make that promise.
That's like a horror. Yeah, that's like a horror movie when you say, "I'll be right back."
Yeah.
You know what? I'll be home for Christmas. No, you won't. Anybody says, "I'll be right home for Christmas," you know, yeah, you gonna get a flat. Plane gonna crash in the Himalayas somewhere.
Right. Your plane gets your flight gets canceled.
Your building gets hijacked by terrorists. You know, come on.
Right? Yeah.
Gremlins take over the city. I don't.
It's happened to all of us.
Yeah.
2 burglars trying to get into your house so you home.
Yeah, exactly. You leave your 9-year-old kid home and son at home to get kidnapped by burglars or murdered by burglars. Yeah, never say that. Even if you're an Avenger, never say that. This is a horror movie. It's the most
wonderful
time
Right down
of
to
the year.
Right down to the sound cue when he closes the door. I'll be home. Bong.
Yeah.
Funeral thing.
When I wore this suit.
You're a Hawkeye.
Who the hell are
Hey,
you?
who the f*** are you?
Oh, he had his fist caught.
Yeah, you was
Man, he should went through.
Right, put it to sleep.
Out! You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to be sneaking up on people either.
No, that was lights out the way he had it
Yeah,
come
yeah,
back. Yeah, she'd be yelling at all. Yeah.
Yeah, there would have been an imprint in that brick wall. Shit. Shit, yeah. I'll be running up on people.
Yeah, for real. That's what you get. Don't be running up on people.
Look, you never know.
Yeah, you knew I was Hawkeye, right?
Yeah, you said my name. You knew who the I was. But people, we're talking about being cruel, but this is the most. So you know what, y'all been kissing this show's ass for the last 3 weeks, talking about how it's up there even better than some of the other shows out there, the other Marvel shows. Yeah, y'all just turned into some Hawkeye bitches now. What about this week? Well, they keep getting better and better. So if I'm a bitch, I'm a bigger bitch every week. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know how you feel about it.
I'm digging the show. I like it a lot. A lot happens this week. I do feel like more could have happened in this amount of time.
Yeah, we got 6 episodes, but you know, my thinking with this is, and this will be somewhat of a spoilery thing. So if we're getting to that point, you know, feel free to tune out or walk away and then watch the show and come back. Fortunately, this is pre-recorded, so nobody has to lose out. But yeah, no, the reason why I love it is because every week the show gets more human. And I keep saying it every week, but it does, man. I won't say that this is my favorite. I would just say I really like this, getting to the point where I love this just in a different way.
Okay.
You know, because it's, you know, everybody wants to see that new thing and say, oh, you know, compared to the old stuff, well, it's better than that. No, it's just different, man. All these shows are doing their own thing.
Exactly. Every one of these shows, when people are like, well, which one do you think is the best? I'm like, I like them all for different reasons.
Yeah, I was making fun of Hawkeye from the very beginning, but it really is cool that Hawkeye is the Avenger that no one freaks out over. Mm-hmm. It's like that, you know.
That's true. He walks up in your home and you're like, oh yeah, what's an Avenger doing here?
You know, they're just not that excited to see him. You know, it's not like they aren't excited. They're like they're cool, but no one is ever like, oh Hawkeye, oh my God. And people are like, oh Hawkeye, cool.
Yeah.
You know, and And he's kind of cool with it too. He's like, hey,
yeah.
just call me Clint. You know, he's actually wanting that, and I like that. Now we said that every week, and I love that. But I love how they're building a world now where people are used to this weirdness of superhero.
Sure, you would be if an alien invasion happened. And then you had super people fight that off, and then half the people disappeared for 5 years.
Yeah, I know.
And then came back.
I mean, every show has been building towards this in its own way. I think Falcon and Winter Soldier had those moments. You know, you had Sam Wilson trying to go in and get a loan, and they're like, "I don't give a f- if you Falcon. You know, you black. You ain't getting no loan."
Right. Now fly your ass on out here.
Exactly.
Fly your
Hey, you
black
got
ass out
wings.
here.
Yeah.
You better have Bucky cosign with you.
Yeah, exactly. But I think Hawkeye is the series where they built the most on that to this point where, the novelty is wearing off quick of superheroes, man, and Hawkeye's pushing that the most. Some people either they don't care, they're just kind of like, hey, what's up, Hawkeye?
Oh, okay, it's you.
But it feels like because of that, this feels like this is the show with the most conversation, which is why it's interesting that you were saying what you're saying, where it's like, man, more should be happening. I'm kind of happy that more is not happening.
Well, we only got 2 episodes left.
Yeah.
And I feel like it only just this episode really broke as far as like, okay, now we're getting into what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, and I think they got some big things that they're bringing up pretty soon. But I when I say that this is the most conversational show in a good way, I don't think that they're skimping on action either. I think that they're keeping the action well balanced while giving us not just conversation, just 2 people talking. Those conversations are now in this episode right here. We get into some real things, man. These conversations mean something.
Sure.
Like Kate bringing over Christmas stuff, which is really cool to see. And Clint, who's been kind of he's been going through shit.
Yeah.
He went on a murdering spree.
Yeah.
He saw his best friend die.
Well, out of all the shows, this one is the most about PTSD.
It is. It really is. And it's good to see him smile, but that's only going to be temporary. This is the show that's starting to reveal some uncomfortable truths. Now, like I said, I really love how straightforward people are in the show. I really love the scene where, and it really shows how the novelty's wearing off. Vera Farmiga, where Hawkeye's in their home, and he's there with her daughter, and she's like, "Okay, I don't know where the f- you took her. I don't know. It's cool you're an Avenger, but you need to go."
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the way she says just straight up, "Cool. I'll tell people in my house I'm rich though, so I don't give a. Can I show you the door?"
Can I see you out?
I'll get my coat, Jack.
Yes.
I know.
Now, I want to come back to something with that scene right there. That's why I'm showing that. But I really like, hey, can I see you out? Which means you need to go. But
And I need to say something to you.
yeah, and I need to say something to you, and we're going to get back to that in a minute. But that's the thing. We're getting to some really uncomfortable truths here. There's going to be a moment of reckoning with that mom right there. But that PTSD, as much as he's trying to hide it, it really is kicking in. Like, man, that shit turned quick when she asked him, "Hey, what about your best shot?" And I thought we were still messing around. And I like the way he's like, that's all right. I don't want to talk about it. No, really, what is it? It's okay. Just don't worry about it. No, that's my Christmas. Stop!
I said I don't want to talk about it.
Best shot you ever took.
The one I didn't take.
What does that mean?
It's just not a good story. Okay?
Jesus.
I mean, you are at my house.
Yeah. And I love it because the whole time that cat's like, shut up. Man, I love that. Now I got to give it to this scene right here. Like, they making a serious ass dramatic scene. He got that cat.
The cat sweater on. Like a bitch.
I don't know if that's distracting or that says just how good an actor Jeremy Renner is. Because even with that cat on there, I took him seriously. Even that cat was like, man, I ain't going to say a word.
Girl, take the hint.
Yeah.
But the cat's like, well, she just keep running them out, don't she?
Also, him having to like he's been trying to keep this secret for a long time, which means that he's been trying to deal with being this murderer that he was. And I love this scene because, this is what I love about the conversations, this being a more talkative episode, because now we're beginning to deal with like what feels like real life repercussions from acts that you've done.
From the stuff he's done, yeah.
He's tried to like keep that in so long. And at this point, I think he's ashamed to admit it. And also, I get a sense of relief right here, man. And these are the tiny nuances that we need from these characters that we haven't got from these big bubblegum movies.
Everybody dealt with a blip in their own way.
Protect people.
Hurting people.
You were a hero.
That was a weapon.
Like, she's scared now. She's like, shit.
Yeah, it does change it from like, I know you see me as a superhero, but that was my job. That sort of came upon me, but my job was, I was an assassin.
Yeah. She's looking like, how can I leave without this motherfucker?
But you did do some heroic, bitch. I told you.
Like, bitch,
you try to not believe
like,
it.
I'm a murderer, all right?
Kate, don't push it.
Yeah. Where did you not hear I'm a murderer? Which means you need to quit fucking with me right now. Because I'm about to snap this moment. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring those scenes up, because what's important about him dealing with these internalized emotions is that this is a big turning point, this show, for the Marvel universe, not just the shows. I read a really interesting article because why is that such an important thing for him to be dealing with his feelings, all up in his feelings? Because I read an inverse article, and they talked about how, and maybe it was in regards to this show, but they were saying Marvel don't need to have a world-threatening event every time they do something.
No, they don't.
And that's what's been going on. Everything has just been too big. Everything has been, we got to save the world. We got to save the world. We got to have this big ending, this big special effects set piece because we got to save the world. And finally, we're getting heroes who, at least with Hawkeye, is like, the world, I'm trying to save myself. I'm trying to save my mind right now.
Yeah.
And that's why this feels so refreshing. And that's why I appreciated this show. Because I think some people are thinking that some people have said this is the best episode yet. And some people have said, you know what, it's a little slow for me, this episode.
Oh, I thought this was the best episode.
I did too. I love this episode. Yeah. And I like that Clint is living up to that comic book version that you talked about. That scene where they had Vera Farmiga had the talk with him. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, so you'd be like, I know what happened to your last partner. I don't want my daughter getting mixed up in that.
It was almost like, man, that you didn't have to say that.
I know.
But at the same time, she said, like, let me, this is the only way I know how to make myself clear and keep you away from my daughter. You remember how you killed your friend?
Right, I was going to say.
Let me keep my daughter, please.
I mean, she's pretty good at all this, but...
Natasha Romanoff was pretty damn good at it, wasn't she?
Bitch. He's like, man, be cool, Clint, be cool.
Hey, you know what else I'm good at?
He's like, take it easy, Clint. She going through some shit too.
Being good isn't always enough to keep you alive.
Let me get the
He's like,
I kill everybody.
I'll kill this bitch.
He's like, bitch, the elevators just came at the right goddamn time. Saved your ass.
Saved by the bell.
All right. Ooh, you look.
But I'm letting you know that I cannot lose Kate.
Okay.
Keep it together, brother.
So you'll forget this.
She grabbed me one more time.
She's still talking. I'm like, stop.
Bitch, I'm trying to help you. Let me leave.
Yeah, you made yourself clear. You talked about my dead friend and everything, and you still breathing. So
brought my kids.
Brought my family
Brought
into
my
it.
family. And I think that he was going to be like, you know what? I wasn't going to your daughter no more. I was going to leave it here. But since you made it personal, we going on a mission. Had her out there scoping things, man.
Suit up, baby.
And exactly, man. Let's do some reconnaissance. Yeah, that's the thing that they went to go find this Rolex watch, which, tell me, do you know what this watch is about?
I don't.
I
don't.
Okay.
Plus, the way they mix things around here, it's hard to know. Like when I was telling you last week how Jack is the swordsman, the one who trained him. Well, clearly that's not what they're going by here.
That's what I want to ask you. I'm going to get back to that because I want to ask you. That was a big question of mine. because I was just gonna make the point of you were telling me in that comic how Hawkeye is kind of irresponsible.
Yeah, very irresponsible.
And they're clearly showing that right here.
Yeah, so I mean, but he's still a father and he's raising kids. That's way different than the Hawkeye in the comics.
Oh, okay, all right. I was just kind of like, man, I get it. She shouldn't have got that personal, but she just told you do not put her in danger. Less than 24 hours later.
Yeah, but she, like you said, she had to push it. He went one step too far.
Yep.
3 times. Like, he tried to get on the elevator 3 goddamn times. He was like, all right, I wasn't yours,
Yeah, because then you'd be like, you're only talking to me like this because you're rich, and that means you think you better because of that.
Talking down.
Yeah.
Yeah, woman.
Anything else? I made my decision.
Not mansplaining, rich-splaining.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna get to some things that I thought I like this episode. I love this episode, but there's some things that I had problems with, small things, but they didn't take away from the episode. But I was gonna ask you that Jack character. What's his name? Jack.
Was it Devane? What's his name?
Yeah. Anyway, you say in the comics he's.
I forgot. Anyway.
In the comics, he's who?
The swordsman.
The swordsman. So you were telling me, and I found it interesting. You said that he was the one that kind of trained Hawkeye, and you saying you wonder if that's going to be revealed. I can see it 2 ways right here. I'm going back to that scene that we saw earlier.
I'll get my coat, Jack.
Do you think that's a look of we know something and we're not saying anything, or do you really think he doesn't know him?
I think because I was looking at that. I was looking for that, in fact. And I was like, well, normally, if there's something going on, they would tip us off a little bit better. I mean, hey, you can write what you want. They could turn around going like, I knew your ass was it. But he even has his wife look into it, the research on him as if like he doesn't know who it is.
And what's the deal with his wife, played by...
Vera Farmiga?
No.
No, not his wife, Hawkeye's wife.
Linda Cardellini.
Linda Cardellini. All of a sudden, she's like his Q or something. Like, is this something that we should know about her? Is she like a spy too?
That's not something that's been.
I guess maybe just by proxy being married to him.
Yeah, I mean,
she's picking up things.
I think it's really cool where somebody has that significant other, wife or girlfriend, who isn't going like, why are you lying to me all the time? Well, I don't want you doing this.
I hate that.
But actually has his back. Like,
that's true.
We're in this together.
Yeah. I guess it doesn't need to be something like, oh, is she a Black Widow or something? No, it's just like she's married to him, and he taught her just in case of emergencies. You're gonna have to know this language. You're gonna have to know these things. So yeah,
she might have been smart, like knowing all that stuff when they got together.
Sure.
Already.
Also, you got to keep in mind, kind of keep it simple. Sometimes it's an actor of Linda Cardellini's status, so she's gonna get her screen time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
You better give me something to do.
It's just always in these movies or these Marvel world, like when somebody knows a little something, it's revealed that they are big something. But
right.
in this
true.
case, right here, I don't know.
Especially in WandaVision.
Yep.
It was like this person said something, so that's gonna be a thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I'm serious.
Exactly.
Wait for it.
Yeah, I saw kind of a look, but maybe it's because he was just like Jack. Now they didn't say anything, and they really are playing his villainous ass up. There's a part where he's like,
Jesus,
really?
Yeah, I know. I'm only on episode 3, but I was like, God damn, y'all. I mean, seriously, I'm about twisting the mustache.
Yeah, he's got a big handlebar.
I mean, they gave him twist at the end so he could twist them.
Yeah.
Me and my brother watching Cass said, God damn. It's like, he's like, some foreshadowing that shit.
They gave him points so he could just twist those things.
But every time he showed me the shot, especially the close-up, he's
yes, really.
That's his inner dialogue the whole time. Yeah.
Little do they know we
Needs
know each
cream.
other. Needs cream. So, man, some things that this is Marvel stuff that I'm looking at here. I was like, all right, just real quick, is that coin. I was like, all right, everybody's taught these special skills real quick. I was like, come on, man, that's a Hawkeye thing. He's teaching Kate Bishop how to throw that coin in that Hawkeye way. And it's like, really, you going to teach this in a night? Like, I know she's talented, but, these superhero things being passed down to other people easily, that was something I thought, like, okay, that's a stretch.
I thought that too, but
You ready?
What were you saying?
I felt the same way. But then I thought, well, they went to great lengths to show us what a prodigy she is, especially with her bow. So she would get that faster than somebody, might normally.
What worked for me was just the scene felt real. The two actors felt real. Yeah. So I didn't mind that. Otherwise, I would have been like, man, that's a stretch. But the two actors are great together.
Keep in mind, you said only 2 episodes left. You got to get it back. You got to get it
Exactly.
sometime.
That is true. You can't be all
It's gonna come back. Right. Episode 6. All right, we're off
doing
of
that
now.
no more.
Yeah.
Just put it down. Give it back.
Put the shit down. We ain't doing that no more. Just go cut the TV off, goddamn.
Use your hand. Here, use a remote. That's what remotes are for. Yeah, bitch. Flip that.
But I can get it.
No.
Killed the dog already? No.
Yeah, took out his other eye. Also, I can see why Marvel's really protecting spoilers right now, because this episode, this should have been a big reveal. I felt like it was a little spoiled for me. It didn't ruin it, but I was like, take off the mask, take off the hood. We know who you are. Hello.
Like, bitch, real. You know what? The thing
Yelena Belova?
Yeah.
Yeah, baloney.
I felt embarrassed that I did not know who it was until she took
Really?
the mask off.
Man, they have been talking about
Well, I
this
know.
shit.
I mean, they set it up in Black Widow, but then they have been like, I read something that said that she wasn't going to be in it, and so I just wasn't even thinking about it. And then, once she shocked him with it was like right before she took it off, and she shocked him with the widow's bite, and I was like, oh, God damn it. How did I not figure that out?
Yeah, I mean, they put it out there. They've been saying, yeah, she's in it.
Well, I mean, what they did with the end of post credits in Black Widow, obviously she was going to show.
Yeah, so I was just kind of like, all right. They've already said it. They put it out there, and so I'm just thinking, all right, you know what? You did it better when you did it with the Kingpin, because that was a real kind of tease right there. This one has been told and talked about so much. It's like, all right, if I didn't know, then I wouldn't be as impatient. But it's like, we know already. It's been put out there. So that's, if you didn't know, I wish I was you that I didn't know, because otherwise I'd be like, oh my God. But this one right here, it's like, all right, I knew it. I think the majority of people knew it. And so I understand why you now not giving screeners for Spider-Man and all that kind of stuff, because you don't want things ruined. Yeah. Because this obviously got out to a point where they just had to admit it.
Sure.
They sure shot it like you didn't know those shoes.
No. It's me.
Thank you.
And this week, no Kingpin. But
you're on Kingpin watch every week.
I'm on Kingpin watch, but
didn't they reference him?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Then I keep saying, but he's coming.
Yeah,
he's coming, and I do believe he's going to be. Now, are you convinced yet that that's him?
Oh no, what you laid out, that was very convincing.
Yeah, then like I said, them sending tweets out. I really like this Hawkeye show. I was like, man, stop, just stop. All of a sudden, you into Hawkeye when a big hand comes in. But this week was a really great episode, man. And the only, there is one more thing with this, and I don't have a picture of it, but.
All right, Columbo, what is it?
Well, it's not even.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's not. No, it's more of an observation. I just thought it was funny. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe the internet will let me do that. I'm so scared to look up anything. Why is Clint Barton, aka Hawkeye, who saw his friend die trying to save the world from Thanos and got PTSD, why is he drinking from a Thanos' right mug? A Thanos was right mug.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's
is that what that is?
Yeah, he's drinking from a Thanos was right mug right here.
What scene is that in? When they're in the apartment doing
when they're in the apartment. Yeah.
Oh.
Is that a fake picture or is that really?
No, that's real. It was in the show.
Oh, okay.
I think it was in 2 episodes. And I'm just
I'm Easter egg.
Well, because I was rewatching the first episode because my wife hadn't seen it, and at that point he goes to that urinal and it says Thanos is right, and he's just like, psh. So at this point he's just like, well, right or not, he's gone.
Right,
so,
right.
I'm
get vaccinated.
I'm literally drinking. Yeah. He should have been drinking from this cup right here. I like this one.
This is full of blood.
That's too much. You might freak out if he saw that one.
He's looking back at him. Yeah. Hello.
My homeboy chopped his head off, right?
Yeah. Now he's drinking from it. All right. Well, that's it, man. I really did like this episode. I guess
Yeah.
you did too. Yeah, you should watch it, man. It's going to be good.
I will watch it tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. Hey, everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts.